In 2025, under President Donald Trump's second term, the landscape of immigration in the United States had shifted dramatically. What used to be a slow-moving policy conversation has transformed into an urgent and high-stakes environment, especially for immigrants living in the U.S. as green card holders. With stricter enforcement, faster deportation procedures, and reduced access to legal protections, many lawful permanent residents now find themselves navigating a minefield. The question on everyone's mind is simple but critical. What is the real difference between being a green card holder and being a U.S. citizen? And how dangerous is it to remain in limbo? Welcome to Borderline America. Today we're diving into the key differences between a green card and U.S. citizenship. We'll break down how each status affects international travel, deportation risk, access to public benefits, family reunification, global mobility, and political participation. On paper, both groups seem similar. They live in the U.S. legally, they pay taxes, they often work side by side in the same jobs and neighborhoods. But in practice, the two statuses come with vastly different levels of security, rights, and risks, especially under a government that has promised to prioritize law and order, immigration, and limit benefits to non-citizens. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. It's free for you, but it helps us more than you know. In this video, we'll explain, in clear, simple terms, how the green card and citizenship statuses compare in 2025. We'll examine major areas like international travel and re-entry, deportation and legal vulnerability, political power and civic participation, public benefits and financial risks, family sponsorship rules, the path to citizenship, and the growing mental and emotional burden on green card holders. If you're living in the U.S. as a permanent resident or know someone who is, this information is more than useful. It's essential, because as the laws tighten and the stakes rise, the difference between these two statuses could be the difference between stability and chaos. Let's begin with the foundations, the basics. Green card versus U.S. citizenship. What is a green card? A green card, officially known as a lawful permanent resident (LPR) card, gives a foreign national the legal right to live and work in the United States indefinitely. That sounds permanent, but the reality is more complicated. Permanent in name does not mean irrevocable. A green card is more like a long-term contract with conditions that must be met, conditions that are becoming harder to navigate. As of 2025, an estimated 13.2 million lawful permanent residents live in the United States, with over 9 million eligible for naturalization, but not yet citizens. Source: Department of Homeland Security. Green card holders can legally work in the U.S., attend school and college, own property, pay taxes, and contribute to Social Security. They can travel internationally with permission. But here's the catch. Green card holders are still foreign nationals. They do not become U.S. citizens by default. Their rights can be revoked, their status can be challenged, and they are always under the jurisdiction of immigration law, which is now far more aggressive. In contrast, U.S. citizenship provides full and unconditional legal membership in the country. It is protected by the U.S. Constitution and cannot be taken away lightly. Once you're a citizen, your legal footing is secure, your rights are more expansive, and your presence in the U.S. is unquestioned. U.S. citizens can vote in all elections, sponsor more family members for immigration, travel freely with a U.S. passport, access public benefits without risking their status, never be deported, work in federal jobs, and run for office. In short, citizenship offers permanence and protection. A green card offers opportunity, but without the full safety net. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. It's free for you, but it helps us more than you know. Citizenship is more than a document. When people think about naturalization, they often focus on the ceremony, the passport, and maybe even the right to vote. But U.S. citizenship is so much more than that. It's a line in the sand between vulnerability and stability, between being seen as temporary and being recognized as permanent. In today's America, 2025, under Trump's leadership, green card holders walk a fragile tightrope. They're expected to follow all the laws, contribute to the economy, pay taxes, and obey every immigration regulation. Yet despite doing everything right, they still lack the foundational protections and peace of mind that citizens enjoy. You're legally present, but never quite safe. You belong, but can still be removed. You build a life, but your roots can be pulled up at any time. That's not how it should be. And that's why naturalization has become not just an option, but a necessity. The cost of waiting too long. Some people delay applying for U.S. citizenship for understandable reasons. Maybe it's the cost. Maybe it's the paperwork. Maybe it's fear of interviews or language barriers. Some people simply hope that the laws will soften again with a future administration. But here's the hard truth. The longer you wait, the higher the risks. Every year that passes brings new policy shifts. And under a presidency that prioritizes enforcement and restriction over integration, green card holders are increasingly viewed as guests, not future citizens. Delaying your application today could mean facing more barriers tomorrow, fee increases, which have already been proposed again for late 2025, stricter documentation requirements, reduced application windows, and expanded denials under national interest grounds. In some cases, you may even lose eligibility altogether due to a technicality or policy change. And once that happens, the path to citizenship closes and may not reopen. That's why acting now is not just smart. It's urgent. Common myths about naturalization. Let's clear up a few misconceptions that keep people from pursuing U.S. citizenship. I'll lose my original citizenship. Not always true. Many countries, including Mexico, the Philippines, Canada, and India, allow dual citizenship or have paths to reacquire citizenship after naturalizing elsewhere. Check with your country's embassy. You may not have to give up anything. The test is too hard. The test has become more difficult in 2025. Yes, but it's still manageable with preparation. There are free online study tools, community workshops, and even mock interviews available through nonprofits and local organizations. The questions focus on U.S. civics and English basics, not advanced legal knowledge. It's too expensive. The current application fee is high, but you may qualify for a fee waiver based on income or government assistance. And compared to the cost of hiring an attorney during a deportation case or losing access to benefits due to policy changes, the naturalization fee is a small price for long-term protection. I'm too old to do it now. In fact, older applicants over 50 may qualify for exemptions to the English test and can take the civics exam in their native language, depending on how long they've lived in the U.S. Age is not a barrier. It's a reason to protect yourself. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. It's free for you, but it helps us more than you know. Why citizenship builds long-term power. Naturalization doesn't just protect you. It empowers you. As a U.S. citizen, you gain the ability to vote and influence laws that directly affect immigrant communities, serve on juries and help shape the justice system, travel abroad for as long as you want without fear, access every benefit program without risk of public charge issues, sponsor a broader range of family members for green cards, apply for federal scholarships, grants, and jobs, pass citizenship to your children, even if they're born abroad. And perhaps most importantly, citizenship gives you the emotional freedom to live without fear, to put down roots, to plan a future, to feel, finally, like you truly belong. You're no longer a guest. You are part of the nation, a real-life story. What's at stake? Take the story of Ayla, a green card holder from Iran who has lived in California since 2011. She's worked as a nurse, paid taxes, bought a home, and raised 2 American-born children. But in 2025, during a short family trip abroad, she was flagged for secondary inspection at LAX. Her trip was just over 6 months due to her father's funeral. At customs, she was told she might have abandoned her residency. ICE detained her for 48 hours. Her children were left in limbo. Her employer almost replaced her. She eventually got through, but barely. All of it could have been avoided had she naturalized. She qualified back in 2016, but postponed because of the test. Now she's urging everyone she knows. Don't wait. I did much and almost lost everything. Layla's story isn't rare in 2025. It's common, and it's a reminder. The window for safety is shrinking. The bigger picture, immigrants and the future of America. Trump's second term has ushered in a new chapter in American immigration policy, one that prioritizes exclusion, enforcement, and restriction over integration and opportunity. This is not just a legal issue. It's a moral one, a human one. Green card holders are often the backbone of their communities. They are doctors, teachers, small business owners, frontline workers, and parents. Yet many live in a state of legal limbo, doing everything right while being treated as expendable. Citizenship is how we break that cycle. It's how we move from survival to security, from fear to freedom, from silence to a voice. Whether you're here for economic opportunity, family, or refuge, you deserve the full promise of America, not just part of it. Take action today. If you've made it to this point in the video, it means you care. You're looking for answers. You want stability for yourself, your family, or your community. Here's what you can do next. Check your eligibility for naturalization today. You may be closer than you think. Study for the test using online resources or community workshops. Seek legal help from an accredited immigration attorney or a nonprofit. Talk to your family. Encourage them to apply as well. Make a plan and start the process. The longer you wait, the harder it may become. And finally, share this message. There are millions of green card holders in the United States. Many of them are unsure, unaware, or afraid. You can be the one who helps them take the first step. Because in 2025, under the current administration, citizenship is not just paperwork, it's protection, it's power, it's peace of mind. Thank you for watching this in-depth guide on green cards versus U.S. citizenship in 2025. Our goal is to provide clarity in a time of confusion and to empower you with the knowledge to take control of your future. Let's build a future where every immigrant has a voice, a path, and a place to call home. The journey from green card to citizenship is more than a legal process. It's a step toward dignity, respect, and lasting security. Stay safe, stay informed, and above all, stay empowered. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel, Borderline America, for updates on immigration, legal policy, and citizenship. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and turn on notifications to stay updated on our latest uploads. Thank you for watching.